Hi again, everybody. Bill Phillips here. It is Bill's 9-minute Phill-Up, and it is, clock's not running. Why is our clock not running? I'm not sure why the clock's not running. But you know what? I'm not worried about it. We're not worried about it. The first time we go 9 minutes is the first time we go 9 minutes. We usually go well over 9 minutes. Today, we'll pretend that we're going under at 9 minutes. So, anyways, it's the 9-minute Phill-Up. Not sure why the clock's not running, but we'll fix that later. It is President's Day, so hopefully some of you have the day off and you're enjoying your day. Weather has been a factor around the country, so maybe you're digging out, maybe you're watching the snow come down, maybe you're going to get out on the roadways and hopefully they're not too treacherous and they've been plowed. But today is President's Day, and President's Day, a holiday to celebrate all of the presidents. Now, it started off as a federal holiday. It's a federal holiday that remembers former presidents, and it may impact your routine today, but President's Day started off as a day to celebrate Presidents George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. Now, the day's purpose has been changed to honor all of the presidents that have served, all of the men so far that have served as the nation's top executive. So many institutions will be closed because of the holiday, including federal and state government offices and most major U.S. banks. Multiple operations will not take place today, including trading on Wall Street and the U.S. Postal Services. But many regular retail businesses will maintain operations. Many of them will have sales today. So you have that going for you as maybe you're going out, you're going to head to the mall, going to head to the store and get a deal. Delivery services such as UPS and FedEx will also continue pickup, delivery, and store services today. But it is President's Day, recognizing all of the presidents that have served the country. So it's a big day. Everybody gets a day off. It's here, and here's something that ties into it. 1801, events on this date, 2017. So some history that goes along with today's President's Day. In 1801, Thomas Jefferson is named president and Aaron Burr vice president after the House of Representatives break an electoral college tie. So Thomas Jefferson becomes the president after that vote on this day back in 1801. And now it is a day that is celebrating Thomas Jefferson, everybody. April, hello. April checking in on this President's Day. Hello to April. And we have to say hello to everybody in Toronto, everybody at Valley Converting. Can't thank them enough for all that they do as a sponsor of the 9-minute Phill-Up. Of course, if you have paper products that you're looking to recycle, make sure you do them with Valley Converting. Just head to T-Town. Give them a call. The Gem City of Toronto, Ohio. Mike Biasi and the crew will take care of you as they take care of your paper products. And you know what? If you bring enough paper products up there, you might be able to make some.
Every piece of paper has a story. What if that story didn't end when you were done with it?
At Valley Converting, we turn your old paper products into recycled paperboard, continuing the story.
Locally owned and operated in Toronto, Ohio, bringing your paper to Valley Converting isn't just about recycling.
It's about supporting a cleaner, greener future for all of us.
We are here 5 days a week to help you make some green by going green.
And remember,
recycle for your future.
All right. Want to thank everybody at Valley Converting. Thank Mike and the gang. And April saying hello, wishing everyone a happy Monday. April, thanks so much for joining us. And today we have President's Day. That's one of the national days. Cabbage Day. You like some corned beef and cabbage? We're getting that time of the year. Some corned beef and cabbage sounds pretty good, but cabbage, versatile role. You can turn it into a lot of things. People tend to like their cabbage. And if you're talking about money, definitely like the cabbage. And National Random Acts of Kindness Day. This is an awesome day. If you have an opportunity to do that, just it could be anything. So let's see how they describe it. Each year on the 17th of February, National Random Acts of Kindness Day grows in popularity. It's celebrated by individuals, groups, organizations nationwide, encouraging acts of kindness. movement is random acts of kindness, inspires people every day as favorite celebration for many people everywhere are enjoying doing these acts of kindness, not only to do the acts of kindness to bring joy to the receiver, but they spread positive reactions to the giver as well. So an opportunity to do, it could be anything, and I'll tell you what, in the Ohio Valley right now today, many of the communities across the Ohio Valley have had to deal with snow over the past 2 days. So if somebody wanted to go around, someone needs their sidewalk shoveled or their porch shoveled, and maybe it's someone that is in a great position to be able to do that on their own. Maybe that's a random act of kindness. Go out and, hey, I'll take care of your sidewalk for you. I'll get that shoveled for you. We'll take care of you. Make sure. Or maybe someone that is worried about driving, doesn't want to drive, can't get out to the store on their own. They need to pick up some food, and hey, I can go pick that up for you. A couple of just simple acts of kindness that don't cost you anything. Maybe a little time, maybe a little muscle effort, but a couple of things that might be nice to do for somebody that or somebody in your neighborhood that could use your help. So it's an opportunity today for a random act of kindness, and a lot of people like to do that. I know people that have gone through, a coffee line, whether that be, a Tim Hortons, a Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, wherever, and they'll pick up the cost of the car behind them. You ask, hey, how much is the car behind you? Get $10. Okay, well, hey, I'll take care of that $10 or $5. Now, if they say, well, they got $35 worth of coffee, you may want to rethink that one. May want to rethink that. A random act of kindness might be taking care of half of it. But there's a lot of things you can do. And one of the things right now during this winter season is maybe shovel some snow, or like I said, the roads are bad and they need to get to the store. Go and ask, hey, do you need me to do anything for you? So a couple of different things you do. Tell someone you love them. That's always a random act of kindness. People might not expect that. People don't hear that enough. People don't hear that encouragement enough. Tell somebody how much they mean to you. I don't know if that's a random act of kindness, but it's something that probably make you feel good, make that person feel good as well. So just a couple of things that you may want to do. So those are our days, and then we have some birthdays. Richard Karn, 1956, played Al Brolin on Home Improvement. He was the guy. I think that he was the guy that was always helping Tim Allen out, made him look good on that show. Lou Diamond Phillips, Richie Valens, La Bamba, big movie, his biggest role. He was born in 1962. So Richie Valens, Lou Diamond Phillips. Lou Diamond Phillips played Richie Valens. Of course, Richie Valens, we talked about him not too long ago, the day the music died. It was Richie Valens along with Buddy Holly and the Big Bopper in a plane crash in a field in Iowa. And that was dubbed the day the music died. When those three stars went down, Lou Diamond Phillips played Richie Valens in his biopic. That was a big hit in theaters, and La Bamba, in the song and everything. That was huge for him. Larry the Cable Guy, comedian, played Maynard, right? Maynard in Cars, the movie Cars, I think. Lightning McQueen in the gang. So a funny man, born in 1963. And some people might think he's the best all-time comedian. Maybe not. I don't know. But we do know this for sure. Michael Jordan, who was born on this day in 1963. So Larry the Cable Guy and Michael Jordan both share this date. Both born in 1963 on this date, 2017. And Michael Jordan, considered by many the greatest basketball player ever. What do you think? Is he the greatest basketball player ever? Judy checking in. It catches on. The car in front of me paid for mine, and I paid for the one behind me. Yeah, it does. It does. I've seen that happen, Judy. And it's just kind of you're not expecting it. And you just think, okay, that was nice. That's happened to me once or twice. And Sarah checking in. Cameron, hello. West Virginia, 25 here. Sun is out, but cold. Absolutely cold. And it's going to stay cold most of the week, according to Jeff. So make sure the heater's working, the blanket's ready to go. I think low temperatures are going to be inside single digits. High temperatures will be about 22 most of the week. Not too much snow or anything. The rest of the week, not a lot of precipitation. And then it should get a little bit warmer next week. But right now, yeah, winter's here. I was out with my son Ian. We were driving in the car yesterday. We'd gone to get some lunch. And I said, well, it's been a real winter this year. I mean, the last few winters haven't been that severe at all. And this one's been pretty steady. Nothing over the top in terms of storms with a foot of snow or anything like that, but it has been winter. Snow has been out, cars, roads have been get them treated. Rainstorms, snowstorms. So it has been a real winter. So it is going to be cold. A couple other dates on this day, or a couple other years events that happened. Oregon becomes the second state to enact minimum wage laws. That was in 1913. 1913. And one of the big magazines of all time, Newsweek, first issue, 1933. 1933. So today, Michael Jordan, I think most people agree that he's the greatest basketball player of all time. Some people don't. Some people say LeBron James. There's all kinds of opinions on that, but Michael Jordan pretty much considered the best ever. Now, he may not be the biggest winner of all time. That would go to Bill Russell for the Boston Celtics, had 11 NBA championships. And he just won Olympic gold. Jordan won Olympic gold. So just to the all-time greats. But you could pick a number of players, put them in the conversation. I still think Michael Jordan comes out on top for most people. And what an impact he had on fashion, sneaker world. Just with his Air Jordan sneakers that Nike put together. I remember seeing those for the first time when they came out of the store. I think they were about $75-80 at the time. I thought, well, I don't have that much money. Should have gotten them, saved them, left in the box. They'd be worth millions. All right, John checking in. Met Lou Diamond Phillips, Steel City Con, December 2023. He signed my La Bamba DVD. All right. Nice guy, John. Was he a good dude to talk to? Did you? I mean, I don't know if you had an opportunity to say a few words to him, but that's nice. That's awesome. I thought he was great in that movie. I've always liked Lou Diamond Phillips as an actor. He's been good. I like him. But John, get to meet him. Get to have his DVD, La Bamba DVD signed. That's great. I really enjoyed that movie. All right, today is nothing like a President's Day. Yeah. It is. Holidays like this. What do you think? President's Day. I don't know. I mean, we learn about presidents in school. We have the current president. We have past presidents. I don't know. I've never felt like celebrating the President's Day. Like, okay, I've got to go and celebrate presidents. Now, if I happen to catch a documentary or something on the presidents or something like that might be interesting. Might do something like that on President's Day. But President's Day itself, I don't know. Everybody gets a day off, so not bad. I think a lot of people like that. Let's see what John Michael checking back in. We discussed his role in the Day the Music Died interview for VH1 Behind the Music. Yeah, all right. So you had a nice interaction. with him. That's what did it do? What? See now we're doing it. I'm making you type, but what did he think about the Richie Valens story? The Day the Music Died how did it impact him? I mean, obviously it impacted him by being the actor that played the role of Richie Valens, but just his thoughts on that. Do you recall what his thoughts were on that? And what are your thoughts on that? As you're able to put that, you could celebrate Lou Diamond Phillips' birthday today by putting in your DVD that's been autographed. What are your thoughts on Lou Diamond Phillips and the Day the Music Died? So a lot going on. Did anyone see this over the weekend? The National Hockey League's Four Nations tournament on Saturday, the United States, you'd have to call it an upset. I really think you would. They beat Canada in Montreal in a game that featured 3 fights in the first 9 seconds of the game. Now, I was at a birthday party. We were out and couldn't really hear the television all that well, but we see it. And I kind of got the feeling that the Canadian crowd was booing the United States national anthem. A lot of that has to do with tariffs and everything else that are going on right now with the two countries. So they booed the United States. And then they dropped the puck, and 1 second in, there's a fight. Next second in, there's another fight. Then 9 seconds in, there's another fight. And it was just crazy. But the United States comes up a winner, and the United States qualifies for the championship game or the final game of this Four Nations tournament in Boston. I believe it's going to be played. And that would be played this Thursday. So I believe Canada, I think Finland beat Sweden. So I think Canada plays Finland earlier in the week to play, and the winner of that game will probably play the United States in the final. But the United States in the finals, upset on Saturday night. It was very impressive. April, check it. I liked the movie La Bamba. If I remember correctly, I cried when I watched that movie. Yeah, it was sad. It was, what a talent, what a young talent. As she was, I think Richie Valens was, if he was 21, he was barely 21 or barely over that. He's basically just out of high school. I don't even think he was. I think he may not have even been 20. I don't remember for sure. But yeah, what an unfortunate loss. And Buddy Holly was he was a superstar on the way to becoming an even bigger superstar. I mean, his legacy is still felt in the music industry with Buddy Holly. Just All right, I remember him telling me Richie was the first crossover artist. Richie's career was only about 9 months. Yeah, but man, he made it happen in those 9 months. He was something else. All right, Julie checks in. How about President Trump leading the NASCAR around the start? Yeah, I'll tell you what, that was impressive. I'll tell you what, when you see Air Force One flying over, doing a flyover basically at the Daytona 500, that's impressive. Just because it's Air Force One, and then President Trump, his caravan, lack of a better way to put it, out on the track and just going around the track before the NASCAR race. Unfortunately, the NASCAR race yesterday, the Daytona 500, just with the weather, didn't get started until really late. I really didn't see any of the race due to the weather. And I was in bed long before that race came to an end. I did watch a little bit of the Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary show, which I thought was pretty good. The part I saw about an hour and 15 minutes of it. I thought it was very good. That was very good. So yeah, but that was impressive yesterday with the motorcade. That's what I was looking for. Motorcade and the flyover. President Trump's flyover in Air Force One, and of course the motorcade as well at the Daytona 500. Buddy Holly, 22 years. Richie Valens, 17 years. Wow. 17 years old. I knew he wasn't even 20, but I couldn't remember how old, but 17 years old. And Buddy Holly, 22 years. And Buddy Holly's legacy, it really is impressive with with artists still today looking back at how he did things. The Beatles looking back at how he did things, how he, changed music and how it was made. Just an impressive individual. And Julie checking back in. They said the car weight. Yeah. Oh, it's enormous. And it has all the bulletproof plates, steel plates, all kinds of stuff for safety. So yeah, that car is amazingly strong, amazingly heavy, and it is a big ride. And then you're going around the track with the banking and everything. So that must have been interesting yesterday, but very impressive. Car the president was in yesterday for the Daytona 500. Yeah, it was one of the things I saw on the highlights. I didn't see it live, saw it on the highlights. So that was interesting. Our man, the Nacho Man, Don Sloan, was at the race, and we'll have much more on his experience at the race, I'm sure, on the News 9 Sports on the Go Thursday from Seven Ranges Entertainment in Steubenville at the mall. So a big day of racing yesterday for Don. I'm sure he was disappointed that the rain came and they had to wait until that late to get it started. And I actually thought I had heard at one point they were going to move it to today at 11 o'clock in the morning, but they were able to get it in last night. So the Daytona 500 in the books. President's Day, well, we're halfway through President's Day, coming up at noon today. So a busy Monday, and hopefully everybody's enjoying it. Let's see, John Michael checking back in. Elvis was the king of rock and roll. Buddy Holly was the undisputed father of rock music. Great quote from Dick Clark. Yeah, yep, absolutely. One of my favorite biopics, Gary Busey playing Buddy Holly. That was a good one. I think he was nominated for an Academy Award in that. Gary Busey. So that was a good movie as well. But yeah, the day the music died, and today it comes back up into the conversation because Lou Diamond Phillips, who played Richie Valens, was born in 1963 on this date, 2017, February 17th, or 2/17, February 17th. And then how about Larry the Cable Guy and Michael Jordan? Share the same baseball, or they share the same baseball. I'll be okay. Share the same birthday. Larry the Cable Guy, 1963 on February 17th, and Michael Jordan also on 1963, birthday on February 17th. So we are about out of time for this edition. Oh, wait, we get John Michael checking back in. That Gary Busey, and he signed my buddy Holly's story DVD. Oh, man, Michael or John Michael, I'll tell you what, you got everybody's signatures. I love that movie. That was a great movie. I don't, obviously the story, the passing and everything, that's nothing great about that. But the way the story was done, the way the movie was done, and Gary Busey was excellent in that movie. So you have a couple pieces of history, theatrical history, some movie history. With two guys that really, I think you'd agree with this. I think they both did a really good job of portraying the two gentlemen that they portrayed: Richie Valens by Lou Diamond Phillips and Gary Busey by Buddy Holly. Tomorrow, 24 years that Dale Earnhardt passed. Yeah, I remember exactly where I was when I found that out. We had played a charity basketball game here at WTOV 9. We'd gone to Buckeye Local for a charity basketball game, got back to the station afterwards, and then the accident happened. Saw the end of the race here at the station. The accident happened, and it didn't, again, at the time, it didn't look like that bad of a crash. It just didn't. You'd seen worse crashes. You'd seen crashes similar to that, or at least in the looks of that. And then I remember I left the station, and the race was basically over, and they were wrapping up the race and the whole thing. And I went home, and then I was sitting at the dinner table, and the news flash came across, and the nightly news broke in about Dale Earnhardt Sr. Passing away from injuries sustained in that crash, and it was unbelievable, devastating moment for NASCAR, race fans all over. He was the most popular driver, and he was bigger than life in NASCAR, and he was gone that quickly in a crash that really didn't seem like it would have been that bad. And then since then, all of the safety features that have been implemented in NASCAR due to that crash and due to the loss of Dale Sr. has probably saved a number of lives. But yeah, I can't believe it's 24 years ago. It seems like yesterday. A lot of things seem like yesterday and not 24 years ago. John Michael checking back in. I recommend watching the Real Buddy Holly Story documentary by Paul McCartney. It's on YouTube. All right, I'm going to take a look at that. I will definitely take a look at that. Yeah, absolutely. Good call. Julie, no, it didn't seem like a bad enough accident to kill him. Yeah, no, it really didn't. It really, really didn't. And I think that's why I left the station. Like I saw the end of the race, the crash, and they were going to work on the car and work to get him out of the car and everything. And I thought, okay, we'll head home, and hopefully he's okay, didn't get hurt, but never thought that he had lost his life in that crash. So yeah, but 24 years, mercy. I'm gonna say these days, it absolutely has. It absolutely has. And maybe if it wasn't him, just saying this, maybe if it wasn't him, people may or may not disagree. But if it wasn't him, maybe it's not as, how do I want to put this? It's not put in the forefront as much as it was because it was him. If it was another driver, maybe a much lesser known driver that people didn't really know a whole lot about, or someone that was just getting their career started, as awful as that sounds, when something happens to the biggest star in NASCAR, there's going to be an investigation, or any sport. It's going to be an investigation. How do we make this not happen again? And there's more of a purpose to it, more of a we have to get this done right now to it than there would be if it was a rookie driver that no one had heard about before. It might be chalked up to, that's bad luck. But it's Dale Earnhardt Sr. It's not bad luck. We need to figure this out. We have to fix this. And I agree with you, Julie. I think a lot of lives have been saved because of that. So let's see. Agree, because there were other drivers. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, speaking of SNL 50, I have an item autographed by one of the original cast. Who do you have? Which original cast member? Wait for John Michael to check back in on that. We all get to take a guess. I'm going to go Dan Aykroyd. So we'll wait here. But Julie, back to you. I agree with you. Because there were drivers before him that died on racetracks, and nothing happened, or not enough happened to make it safer. But when it happened to Dale Sr., it definitely made it safer, because there was an impetus that we have to fix this. We can't have it. Fans wouldn't stand for it. But just 24 years. All right, John Michael, original cast member. I'm saying Dan Aykroyd is is one of the original cast members that you had something signed by. Anybody see the SNL movie? I happened to see that. Thought it was pretty good. It's interesting. Found out some behind the scenes stuff. Kind of took a little too long. Watched part of the show last night. Thought it was good. Enjoyed it. Chevy Chase. All right. 2 autographs, actually. Signed a Blackhawks jersey from Christmas Vacation. Man, I saw a couple of those pretty recently. Yeah, I was watching last night. They did this section on physical humor. And they had the pratfalls that he did, and all of the physical elements when Chris Farley's falling on tables, going out windows. One of my favorite bits ever. It might be my favorite bit, and it was Dan Aykroyd when he was playing Julia Child, and he cuts his hand, and he ends up trying to tie a tourniquet on his hand with chicken bones, and all those things. But Chevy Chase, Christmas Vacation, that's pretty cool. And of course, all the physical humor he provided on Saturday Night Live. Amazing that show's been along 50 years now, an institution. Well, we are out of time for this edition of the 9-Minute Phill-Up, and even without the clock working today, we still went 30 minutes. We like to talk. It's kind of a stream of consciousness, and hopefully everybody enjoyed it. Well, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Want to thank Valley Converting again for all that they do for the 9-Minute Phill-Up. Want to thank John Michael for checking in with his memorabilia and thoughts on a number of topics, and Julie on NASCAR, and we had everybody checking in today on a number of different topics. And then the president doing the flyover and going around the track. April checking in about La Bamba and saying hello at the start of the show. I want to thank you all. And Sarah checking in from Cameron. Anytime everybody wants to check in, I greatly appreciate it. Remember, it's Random Acts of Kindness Day. So if you have an opportunity to do something special for somebody, it doesn't have to be a big deal. Maybe they have a porch that needs shoveled off, or maybe they just, need to go to the store, can't get out of their house because of the snow. Go pick them up some eggs or whatever. Well, eggs might be expensive, but you know what I mean. If you can help someone out today in any way, please do. It's a random act of kindness day. If you can, please do it. If you can't, do it every day because it makes you feel good. Doesn't matter how they feel about it. If it makes you feel good and you try to help someone, that's always feels good. So remember the 2 rules, everybody. 2 rules. Have fun and always try your best. I greatly appreciate everybody checking in. Greatly appreciate you checking out the 9-Minute Phill-Up every day. Thank you. Thank you. We will see you next time. Producer extraordinaire Jordan should be back tomorrow.